Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Fitria Novi, usually called Novi. Here, I will explain about a job in accounting field. The job I will describe is an auditor. Surely, you are wondering what an auditor is and how an auditor works. So, to get the answer to this question, let's look at the following explanation. Well, here are the material points that will be discussed on this occasion. Point number one is introduction and types of auditors. Number two, responsibilities and audit process. Number three, challenge. Number four, conclusion. What's the meaning of auditor? Auditor is profession of a person who has certain qualification to audit the financial statement and activities of a company, organization, institution, or agency. An auditor is basically tasked with examining accounting records to test the veracity of those records. Types of auditors. Number one, government auditors. A government auditor is someone who is tasked with examining, supervising, and assessing the financial management and performance of a government agency. This auditor is responsible for ensuring that the use of the state budget is in accordance with applicable regulation, efficiency, and transparency. There are two types of auditors, namely the first, external auditors, who is the outside the agency being audited. For the example, the father of financial auditors who examines the financial statement of the central and regional governments. The second is external auditors who are within the audit agency. For the example, the Inspectorate General in the Ministry or the Financial and Development Supervisor Agency, which oversees the internal government. An auditor has the following duties. Number one, examining government financial statement to ensure accountability. Number two, evaluate the efficiency, effectiveness, and economy of budget use. Number three, ensure policies and procedures are in accordance with regulation. Number four, identify potential irregularities in state finance. Number two, internal auditors. Internal auditors who work for a company and therefore have the status of employees at the company. His main task is in is studying the management of the company where he works. Number three, independent auditors or public accountants. Independent auditors or public accountants is to perform the auditing function of the financial statement issued by the company. This auditing is carried out on public companies, namely companies that public large companies as well as small companies and not to for-profit organizations. Public accounting practice must be carried out through a public accounting firm. However, Ahrens and Lobeck in their book Auditing Integrated Approach adapted by Amir Abadi Yusuf add one more type of auditor, namely tax auditors. Tax auditor, the Directorate General of Tax, which is under the Ministry of Finance of the Republic of Indonesia, is responsible for state revenue for the taxation sector and law enforcement in the implementation of the tax provision. Responsibilities and audit process. Responsibilities. There are several responsibilities of an auditor, namely: 1. Planning, controlling, and recording. Auditors need to plan, need to control, and need to record their work. Number two, accounting system. The auditor must know exactly the system of recording and processing transactions and assess its education for a basic for preparing financial statements. Number three, audit evidence. Auditor will obtain relevant and reliable audit evidence to provide rationale and conclusions. Number four, internal control. If the auditor expects to place confidence in internal controls, he or she should ascertain and evaluate those controls and perform complement tests. Number four, Number five, review relevant financial statements. The auditor performs a review of the relevant financial statement as necessary in conjunction with conclusions drawn based on other audit evidence obtained, and to provide a rational basis for the opinion on the financial statement. Audit process. Audit process is number one, planning, define scope and activities. Number two, evidence gathering, document analysis and interviews. Number three, evaluation and analysis, assess compliance with standards. Number four, reporting, presentation, findings and recommendations. Challenges of an auditor is financial statement manipulation, limited human resources and technology, regulatory change. The last part is conclusion. An auditor is someone whose job is to examine and evaluate the financial statement or processes of an organization to ensure that everything is done correctly, transparently, and in accordance with applicable rules. The auditor's main task is to verify the accuracy of financial data, find errors or fraud, and provide recommendations for improvement. Auditors can work within the company as internal auditors or from outside the company, external auditors. Internal auditors help companies improve efficiency and manage risk, while external auditors are usually trusted by outside parties such as investors or the government to ensure that the company's financial statement can be trusted. The profession requires specialized to expertise in accounting, analysis, and a deep understanding of financial standards.